Hey guys! So I'm coming to you live today from my bed, lounging back because hashtag 9 months pregnant. Um, but I figured no one would really care and it's comfy, and that's why this business is amazing. So we've been doing this product live series, right? And so today we're going to be going over X Factor Plus and X Factor Kids. So I'm going to talk about oh, excuse me, why supplementation of essential vitamins and minerals is necessary. Hey, Kayla, as well as why ours is one of the best, if not the best, on the market out there, and talk about all of the sciencey words and what those mean. So, like, what does bioavailable mean? You know, the most bioavailable form. What does that mean? What does methylated folate and B vitamins mean, and why is that important? What are polyphenols and what the hell do they do? Why should I care? All of these so that you understand why X Factor is so amazing, so that you can get really excited about it and portray that to everyone else, to your clients, to everyone. This is one of the easiest sells that I make to my clients. Sorry, the baby's like flipping all around right now. I'm trying not to get really distracted. But it's one of the easiest sales that I make. This and X Factor Kids, I sell like hotcakes. And then I'll also be talking about X Factor Kids as well, spin it around, touching on it a little bit, and why I love it so much. And it has very similar attributes to everything in X Factor Plus. Everything applies to it. It's just a little bit different for kids with the added probiotics, of course. So why do we need to supplement our diet with vitamins and minerals? Like, shouldn't we just be getting that from food? Ideally, hell yes. Like, I wish that we didn't have to supplement with probiotics. I wish that we didn't have to supplement with multivitamins. I wish we didn't have to supplement with omegas. I wish we didn't have to supplement with anything. Granted, I would be out of a job. But I would find something else to do. But I wish in an ideal world that we didn't have to. But the fact is that we do. And the reason for that is, I mean, when you think about it, you know, we're in an age of a lot of medical breakthroughs, but unfortunately, we're not getting any healthier. Sure, we're living longer, but we're not getting any healthier. And so we need to look at why that is, and I could talk about that for hours, and I won't. But some facts that we look at is, you know, fast food has increased by 2,000% in the last 30, not even 30 years, 1981. Has that been 30 years yet? God, yeah, it has. Only 10% of Americans get the daily recommended value of fruits and vegetables. And honestly, the daily recommended value by the government isn't even enough, in my opinion. 10%, you guys, 10 freaking percent, and that doesn't surprise me at all. And also, the produce now, our fruits and vegetables, our plants, aren't as nutrient dense as they used to be, and I hate that. And the reason is because of unsustainable farming, and the soils are depleted. That's essentially, and that can be reversed if people get their shit together. Gonna be honest, I'm environmental scientist right here, biologist. I love this stuff, very passionate about it, but totally different topic. But the truth is that can be reversed, but unfortunately it's not right now. So we are overfed and undernourished. You've heard that a lot. It's a very common phrase, and it's the truth. You know, but even if you do have a very healthy diet, it would still be difficult to get every single little thing you need every single day. And that's coming from someone who takes their nutrition and diet very seriously. But I'm not perfect, let's be honest. I mean, sometimes I like me some frozen organic pizzas, okay? But I try. And it would be my sole focus. All I would have to do is focus on, am I getting enough of every single thing every single day? So supplementing vitamins and essential minerals is important, especially for me, to help keep my immune system up so that I can, you know, and help keep my body healthy so that I can fight off these things that, you know, we come around. And actually, be 100% honest, knock on wood, here we go. My family, we all take XFactor and XFactor Kids, and none of us have been sick this entire winter. Charlie had like a little something for like a couple hours one morning and then was fine. And that's saying a lot for this season. So let's talk about what are all of these fancy words that you hear about thrown around when talking about XFactor Plus, and what do they mean? So when we talk about bioavailability, what that means is that the body basically absorbs these types of vitamins and minerals easier. So when we talk about them having the most bioavailable forms, that's what our body absorbs easiest, and more of. So if you have a synthetic form like vitamin D2, and you have the same amount, let's say you have 4,000 IUs, and then you have 4,000 IUs of D3, which is the more natural occurring form found in our body, so it's more easily absorbed, you are going to absorb more of that D3 than you will of the D2, even though it's the same amount. Also, I'm just a huge proponent of let's not get synthetic forms if possible, and let's focus on the more naturally occurring forms. And that is why I love XFactor Plus, because when it was reformulated, they put all the natural occurring forms in it, and our bodies freaking love it, okay? So we have the most bioavailable forms of every single mineral and vitamin in it, and there's no fillers or anything that slows down absorption, which is what a lot of other multivitamins you might see at the grocery store and like big box named ones. So it has, how many? 19 vitamins and minerals, and then 50 trace minerals as well. And so we have the 19 essential ones, the main ones that we think about, K, D, E, A, all the B's, magnesium, copper, selenium, all of those, the essential vitamins, and then it has 50 trace minerals that we don't get a lot, like we don't find it in our diet. They're small, you get it. And these are actually, I didn't know this until I was researching, they are marine-based from clean waters off the coast of Ireland. And so that's where the trace minerals, those 50 ones, come from. So our body loves that. So then what does methylated folate mean? All right, so let's talk about that. That is a huge seller. For me, it's what I look for. If someone wants a different type of vitamin for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, we'll make sure it has methylated folate, like if nothing else. And here's why. And both XFactor Plus and Kids has methylated folate. So the reason is because 40% of the population approximately has a gene mutation, MTFHR. You might have heard of it. And basically it means they have trouble methylating. It's a metabolic process. Certain vitamins and minerals for their body to absorb it, and they have trouble detoxing. And so to have folate is great. That's the natural occurring form versus folic acid. We do not want folic acid, friends. That is a synthetic form, and people often use them interchangeably, and you can't. So it's great to have folate, but to have methylated folate essentially means it's a form of folate that's already been methylated for our body, so it doesn't have to go through a different metabolic process in order to absorb it. So even if you don't have this gene mutation, which, like I said, 40% of the population does, it still makes it more bioavailable for your body and makes it have to do less in order to absorb it. So love that, whether you have the gene mutation or not. I don't know if I do or not, but due to a lot of my, I want to call them like symptoms, but there's markers on your body to show I do have it. So I go for methylated as much as I can. And we also have methylated B12 along with methylated folate, which makes it easily processed by the liver. So we have 2 methylated vitamins in here. The XFactor Plus also contains K1 and K2. K2 is the most easily absorbed in our bodies, but it also is really hard to get from your diet. So finding a vitamin that has K2 in it is like a diamond in the rough, especially along with, if it has K2 and D3 and methylated folate, that is a winner in my books. And we're only scratching the surface of why XFactor is so amazing, and it has all of those. And we need K vitamins for heart and bone health. And another cool fact, there are 2 minerals. I can't pronounce one, but it's molybdenum. We're just going to laugh at how horribly I probably said that. and boron. And both of those are chelated. So what that means is it's basically a complex structure that allows these minerals to travel through the digestive tract and make it to your small intestines, where it can be absorbed by the blood. Otherwise, a lot of times it's eaten by your stomach acid and everything. So it makes it actually to the small intestines where it can be absorbed properly into the bloodstream where it needs to be absorbed. So the scientists who created this vitamin from corporate really took a lot of care into getting the best and most available, bioavailable forms of every single vitamin and mineral they could so that our bodies could absorb it the best. Because why take vitamins that you're just going to pee out most of it and your body's not going to absorb it? You're literally flushing money down the toilet and causing unnecessary processing on your liver and your kidneys. Like, that's just pointless. Let's take vitamins and actually absorb them and have our bodies use them. Okay? Okay. Now, polyphenols. Last big word. What the hell is that, right? So, polyphenols are antioxidants, essentially, and there's a bunch of it's a group of different, like, they're flavonoids and different stuff like that called polyphenols, and we have a polyphenol blend in XFactor that they call the microbiome activating complex. I'm going to make sure I said that correctly. It comes from apple and grapeseed extracts along with cranberry and cranberry, and then we also have blackcurrant and aloe. And so what these do, they're antioxidants that these combat cell damage, right? When you hear about antioxidants, that's what they do. But they're also clinically proven. They're great for gut health, first of all. Obviously, they protect the gut to keep it from getting any damage. It's clinically proven to reduce the growth of bad organisms in the body. So, like, things we've talked about before, bad bacteria and yeast overgrowing in the gut. So it's clinically proven to prevent that. Reduce ammonium levels by 18% in the gut. Increase the lactobacillus, which is the good bacteria, by 15 times. Increase Akkermansia, a good bacteria, by 9 times. And increase Bifidobacterium, a good bacteria, by 2 times. So it really helps protect the gut. And then it also works to prevent cell damage, as well as it is shown to help with menopause symptoms like hot flashes, anxiety, and difficulty sleeping. And there's clinical studies on this. But the reason why is because antioxidants, all right, hear that word, oxygen, reduces oxidative stress in the body. And oxidative stress happens when you have menopause-related loss of estrogens. And so polyphenols decrease oxidative stress, so that helps with the symptoms of menopause for that reason. Oh, hey, Taylor. Hey, Tessa. Sorry, guys, I got so into this, I wasn't even paying attention to the comments. So anyway, that is why XFactor is so amazing. The 19 essential vitamins and minerals, the 50 trace minerals, the methylated folate, the most bioavailable forms of everything they put in possible. The polyphenols, which I already mentioned, it's non-GMO. It's 100% vegetarian. It's, of course, gluten-free. I don't understand why any vitamin should have gluten in it. Excuse me. And then it also has aloe for absorption, which is huge. I love that. It helps. Aloe is just a great healing component for the skin and internally. You've probably seen like aloe drinks in the health food section at the grocery store. Aloe increases absorption by up to 300%. So you shouldn't be peeing out any of these vitamins anytime soon unless you're just getting too much. I'm going to be honest, when I'm not pregnant and I take XFactor because of our diet, sometimes I don't need 2 capsules of the XFactor because my body I had enough of that day. And then there's some days when I'm traveling and, all these other things when I'm not eating the best and I do need to. That's just complete transparency there. So you might notice that and you may just need to take 1. That's what your body needs. That's what I tell my clients too. Listen to your body and go with that. most people will probably need to take 2, but some people probably only need to take 1. And so just listen to your body with that. But, okay, so the XFactor Kids, it essentially has all of the same bioavailable forms, but in less quantities for children, and it doesn't have as many of the trace minerals. It sticks to the essential ones. And then it doesn't have the aloe or the polyphenol blend. Instead, they replaced it with a kids probiotic blend, which I love, love, love. These are great strains for kids. And also, I mean, 2-in-1. I was giving my daughter probiotic and a multivitamin, and now she can just chew one of these lovely, delicious. I'm trying not to eat them. Like, they smell like healthy sweethearts, and that's the only candy I liked as a kid. But anyway, they work. Let me tell you from firsthand experience. They've really helped with gut health and improving Charlie's immune system. And they are also non-GMO. They are also 100% vegetarian. They're free of common allergens, which is great for kids, for everyone in general. But it also doesn't have any added sugars. It doesn't have any artificial flavors. It doesn't have any artificial coloring either. I wouldn't come within a 10-foot pole of them if they did. So honestly, one of the best, if not the best, again, kids multi on the market, and then you add in probiotics, like, it's a win-win. So again, I sell these like hotcakes because they sell themselves. I don't really have to do anything. People come to me and say, hey, I need a multivitamin for me and my kids. I'm like, oh, well, let me hook you up. And as soon as I tell them, a condensed version of what I just explained to you guys, they're sold. I don't even have to do anything else. Oftentimes I'll just give them like one sentence and then send them the info sheets from back office, and they're like, okay, how can I order? So it's super easy. I love selling these. They're great. They're great intro products, and everybody needs them, in my opinion. So hope you enjoy this. Hope this is helpful. And we have, I think, 5 or 6 more of these to go for this month. Maybe a little less, but anyway, we're going to go over all the products, and I hope you guys are loving these. I'm loving putting them together. So I'd love to hear feedback. Okay, have a good day, guys.